Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Fauzia Mahmood. I am the new streaming planner and in B department. And for your information, I just joined the company for about 3 months, so I'm very new here. Okay, so first of all, I would like to say thank you to all the management team for attending this discussion. I've somehow been assigned a task by my manager to give a presentation to the management colleagues so that the management team will understand, or rather the management team wants to understand what is the streaming pattern that we have currently for Netflix. And at the end of the day, we will able to decide if we should use the same streaming pattern for the upcoming 2 years. So when I say upcoming 2 years means that 2022 until 2024. So besides than this, or rather, we had also, based on the data that we have collected and also analysis that being done, we have also um, prepared some points for continuous improvement for Netflix, whereby we think all the steps that will be proposed later will be able to increase numbers of Netflix subscribers. And I think it will also open some participations for the host countries that have the concern on the Netflix earlier, or they don't really allow Netflix to be in their countries. Okay, so let's move on to the first slide. All right, so I had get all the data from A department. The data is ranging from year 2008 until recent year, which is 2021. Um, there are many parameters for the data. So for example, I've been given the data for the TV ratings that we have for Netflix. What are the countries that are subscribing Netflix? What is the TV genre that we have in Netflix or rather being broadcasted? And we will be able to understand if a Netflix, why, or rather the reason why Netflix always stream on the updated movies. Okay, so and at the end of the day, as I mentioned on the first slide just now, we should be able finally to dictate, or rather have the feeling at least to say, okay, we should remain, or we should somehow make a changes to our streaming programs for the upcoming 2 years. All right, so let's move on to the next screen. Okay, so based on the data that I've collected, first thing that I have in my mind is, at least as a newbie for the Netflix, I think this is also something that pretty interesting to the management team. First, we would like to understand Netflix streaming demographic data. That is the reason I have put some effort to build a dashboard with all the demographic data information. So let's go through this data. All right. So first thing first, I am now pointing to the Netflix streaming demographic information, which is representing the map data. So you can see all the the green dots here. It is representing the area or the city or the countries that are having Netflix subscription. What is interesting here? So I will say, okay, then Netflix is scattered all across the globe. But if we zoom it a little bit, we can see that we still empty on the Central Asia and also West Asia area. those country actually consist of the countries such as, for example, Kazakhstan, Iran, Sudan, Lebanon, so on and so forth. First thing in my mind, or rather the question trigger is like, why all these countries not subscribing to Netflix? You know, after some readings and also some searching from the Google, and I understand those countries they really have concern on the Netflix contents. They think what Netflix has today, it is not really aligned with their local value or rather with their self country value. So, for example, we understand that for Netflix, we, at least based on the experience, not from the data that I have collected, at least from the experience, we understand that for Netflix, um, they are somehow uh, broadcasting, or rather, we are somehow broadcasting all the TV program intended for the mature audience. So this TV program then consists many so-called improper decent values. So for example, sexual violence and so on. And that's the big reason currently those countries like West Asia and also Central Asia did not accepting Netflix coming to their line. Okay, so first thing, this is why we understand Netflix being scattered across the globe. So it's just that on the West and also on the Central Asia, then we have some issues because of the content, or rather because of the not aligned values between Netflix and also the host country. Okay, so now let's understand the second point. The second data visualization, what I did here based on the data that I have somehow summarized the top 10 Netflix subscriber based on country. So you can see here, US is leading, whereby US is taking 50% of the portion, and followed by India and also United Kingdom. So for example, we can do some searching. I'm only based on this particular three major countries because at least US already representing half of it. All right, so let's go to see the trend for US. So we can see when I click here at the United States, so you can see that in terms of the TV program, because in Netflix we are divided into two types of TV program, which is movie and also TV show or other reality show. Um, United States are prefer the movies rather than the TV shows. That's why you can see from 2017 until 2021, the bigger dots being placed here, while the small dots is on the TV show. It's like consistent pattern. Maybe second question that raised in your mind is like, how you guys know this subscribing information is indicates like, okay, this country like to watch which kind of TV program. This is because in Netflix itself, we already have some algorithm based on the user searching or user preference. And also we have the mechanism to detect, for example, those movies that being broadcasted. So we know that how many of them being watched until finished, because this is also one of the indication that the TV program is also good. So you can see here US, even though it's taking 50% of the share, but they also prefer movies rather than TV shows. I think it will be same goes with India. You see, India is also the same. And you can see here the last matrix, it's showing the number of stream TV program. So this TV program is actually combining movies and also TV show. This is so throughout 2017, because for this particular data visualization, I'm taking 5 years data. So throughout 2017 until 2021, we understand 972 TV program has been stream to India. All right, so next one, let's go and check UK. So UK, it's a bit different. So you can see it's quite fair distribution between movie and also TV show. So I'm going to release all. All right. So you can see here that um, in general, UK, United States, and also India are representing majority of the shares for subscriber for movie and also TV show. And we also can understand because those country these host countries, they don't really concern because they are quite liberal on whatever that we have broadcasted for to them so far. Okay, so now let's go to the second dashboard here. Oh, I'm sorry. So here I put the summary and also the recommendation for the dashboard. So perhaps for this summary, this is the points that I highlighted earlier. And then for the recommendation, perhaps we can go later on what can be recommended um, from the data that we've learned. Okay, so let's go to the next dashboard. All right. So next dashboard is telling us more on the TV program information itself. So just now we understand about demographic. Now we are talking about TV programs data itself. So as I mentioned earlier, for Netflix, they are divided into two TV program, which is movie and also TV show. And you can see movie somehow from the beginning until now, it is dominating 70% of the stream portion. Okay, and you can see here from the left-hand side TV program rating. So this is the heat map that just showing the numbers of the program that being streamed, and also what are the ratings um, for the numbers. So you can see here, for example, TVMA, TV14, TVPG, PG13. Okay, all these are the is intended for the matured audience. And next one, for example, maybe you see this TVY, TVY7. So all these are actually for the kids show. So this rating is basically for the kids show. And here underneath here is all the data. So it just want to show the preference each year to understand what are the consistent TV ratings that being watched since the early time 2017 until today. Okay, let's just play around a bit. So for example, now I go for the movies. Okay, so for movies, let's see the TV program ratings. So you can see here the dominating TV program ratings is TVMA, TV14, R, PG13. So all these are actually is intended for the matured people. And if we go down further a bit, so you see this is also consistent pattern whereby TVMA is the highest from 2017 until 2021. So let's go to the movie show or rather TV show. Okay, so we see just now for TV show, maybe certain countries like UK. I explored before also Japan. So Japan also having the same trend whereby they have the same fair portion between movies and also TV show. All right, so when we click here, this TV show, we understand also the same, the ratings mostly coming from TVMA. And a little bit good here because this is actually intended for kids. So somehow still on the top, maybe top 5 ratings, that we also understand that kids are also taking part or rather subscribe, or rather maybe perhaps they also watch based on the parents subscribing. Okay, so and now we understand the pattern. So we know that okay, TVMA is dominating. For TV show, we see there's also significant rank for kids program, but the rest of the movies are actually intended for the matured audience. All right. So same goes with dashboard presentation one. I also had put in the points for the discussion and also the summary. But in terms of the recommendation, then let's go through later. Okay. All right. So now we understand two parts already: data demographic for Netflix and also TV informations for Netflix. So this is all around the pattern. The third visualization that I've shown here, this is also touching on the TV program information for Netflix. So what we want to understand here is, based on the pattern, right? What is the current pattern for the Netflix added movie? Okay, so for example, the first the first column here, it shows the year of the added movies. So for example, in year 2017, okay, so it's quite obvious here. You can see there's a very significant difference between the green circle and also the yellow circle. So based on the year added, okay, we also put in another information for the movie release year. Okay, so means that, for example, let's go through year 2017. Okay, this is for example. So it is also divided into two portions. And we also can understand, like for 2017, um, yeah, we have very small portion of the early 90s movies, you know. So you can see all these yellow are early 90s, and it is actually, how to say, very small portion of it. And for TV show, I think there's somehow, it looks like no rooms for the old TV show program. Okay, and yeah, so you can see, for example, 2017, we are releasing quite updated a year. So 2017, 2016 movies and also TV show. So same goes with 2018, 19, and also 20 and 21. So you see the pattern is quite consistent, whereby early 90s movies, it will have a very small percentage. And Netflix also actually streaming us with quite updated movies. Okay, so this is somehow the summary that I had already mentioned. And now let's go for the recommendation part. So I'm not going back again through the slide, but we can just recap verbally. So the first slide, we are talking about data demographics. And I also mentioned before that we have Netflix scattered all around the globes except for the West and also Central Asia. So one of the suggestion that I have here is, um, maybe I just go back here. So one of the suggestion that I have here is, we should somehow have a new categorization to cater for quite decent and general movies or rather TV program. So for example, maybe religion, you know, or just a normal movie, or motivation. So we can actually pack them into one ratings, and we can come to those countries to somehow propose to them, if they can accept this package, then they should be, how to say, perhaps they will accept the offer to allow the license purchasing for Netflix. Okay, then the second recommendation that I have is, um, perhaps for based on or rather benchmarking on the three major countries that we have just now. So US, India, and also UK, we understand that the streaming pattern is quite consistent, whereby for how to say, um, for these countries, let's say UK and also, sorry, let's say United States and also India, movies are dominating. And also for the other countries like UK, so they are stick to the pattern whereby they measuring or rather they have quite a fair portion between TV program, movies, and also TV program, TV show, reality show. I think I explored before. So Japan also have the same pattern like UK, and this is pretty consistent. All right. So you see there's a consistency there. And up to 2021, we reaching 200 million subscribers. So now let's go to the second dashboard for the recommendation. So here we understand the TV ratings, all right? So the TV ratings is we have around TVMA is the highest one. It's consistent throughout the years, regardless what kind of the TV program that we have. So and we have TV 14. So all these are actually intended for matured audience. So that's why based on the TV show, and right just now we have seen this TV show ratings whereby they also have TV 14 and also they have TV year 7 and also TVY. So these two are actually for kids. So I think they should have a room whereby we should a little bit increase more, or rather do some experiment to add more kids program, or rather kids TV show stream into the TV show streaming plan. Okay, so all right, so for the last one here, we are talking about the how recent the TV program being broadcasted to, or how up to date the TV program or movies being broadcasted to streamings. And we understand, yeah, based on this 5 years pattern is consistent that we always give the subscribers the latest movies as of the year, and just and also maybe 2-3 years at the back, but very least on the early 90s movie. So I think somehow we should stick to this pattern. And yeah, so and we can see that this is also good indication. We stick to this pattern, and we still have 200 million subscribers. So it's pretty strong information and pretty strong data here. Okay, so at least, okay, so based on whatever that being presented, then we understand, we have many patterns, we have consistent patterns in terms of the subscribers countries, what kind of the TV programs that they are watching. Secondly, we also have the consistent patterns on TV ratings throughout the years from 2017 until 2021. A little bit more that we should add the TV kids show for the TV show for the kids. And yeah, so based on all this information, I think by now, at least we should conclude that we should maintain these 2 years data, or rather these 2 years TV streaming pattern that we have. Additionally, to add further. So first thing is just to add the license. Just add the category for more decent religious and also general movies. Maybe we pack them into one. And then we can propose to the West and also to the Central Asia. If they can accept the package, then we can perhaps, broaden the wings there. And secondly, for the TV show, perhaps we should also add more kids program into their TV shows streaming plan. Okay, so this is 3 things, and again, finally, I also would suggest, or rather based on this pattern readings, I also would suggest that we should maintain the TV pattern, or rather we able to maintain the TV pattern streaming at least for the 2 upcoming years. All right, so that's it for the presentation today. I will now stop sharing. Okay, then let me know if anyone has any questions. If no, then I think I can just close this meeting. So we will send out the minutes of meeting, and I will conclude. Let's say if no one has concern, it looks like it. I will summarize everything in the minutes of meeting. Then, but if still the management thinks that okay, yeah, maybe certain of the ideas or certain of the how to say proposal is yeah, not acceptable, or we can't really go for this, then we can also review this again. So thanks everyone for attending the discussion again. And yeah, so have a nice day ahead. Thank you.